Welcome to the 21 Toyota 4Runner pre-inspection video. Immediately we have a really nice paint on this. It looks like a kind of a old candy apple red almost in a way. Really, it's actually in really decent shape all the way around. There are just a few little, looks like chips and dings. Most of those are normal. Most of them have been attempted to be covered and repaired there. Nothing concerning there at all. Let's move on to gaps and panel gaps and alignments here. Pardon me, I'm a little close to this fence. Looks like we don't have any unusual panel gaps. Wheels and tires are in good shape here. The hood is a nice clean line, as well as front fender gap. Mirrors are in good shape. All trim is in good shape. These running boards in good shape as well. The roof rack and sunroof and roof in general, all really clean, really good. The roof rack is on there solid. No concerns with that at all. Again, these door gaps, all crisp and seem to be exactly where they need to be. No real indication of any issues. Again, wheel and tire combo is in good shape there. Just a little bit of dirt on it, but you know, it's been a little strange weather-wise here, so that happens. We do have our tow hitch there, as well as, if you are ever interested in towing, there's your tow connector right down there. Just in case you can't find it. They hide those a little bit on these Toyotas. As far as rear closures and gaps, everything is in good shape there. No issues with tail lights, no issues with side markers anywhere. Again, a good clean solid gap there. Good clean wheel, solid running boards again. And again, back to clean gap. We have no indication of any damage or crash repair at all. No surface rust, no major issues with any of the bodywork, wheels, tires, roof, anything at all. Front lights and fogs all work as they should. Everything's in good shape out here. I appreciate it. Thank you. The underneath of this Toyota here, you know, outside of a little tiny bit of looks like slight amount of surface rust, there are no major issues. There seems to be a cover missing right underneath your evaporator / radiator core there. I believe that was a stock cover that should be there. Other than that, I don't really notice anything unusual, anything concerning at all. On the side rails, the suspension, everything looks intact. Again, on these Toyotas, they are built, purpose-built, off-road vehicles. And you can just kind of tell that by the suspension that it has, the control arms, how beefy they are, that rear axle back there that you can see from way up here. These things are made to go off-road. There isn't any kind of indication of rot, rust, leaks, drips, or dribbles really anywhere. It's really clean underneath here, outside of just a little bit of surface oxidation. I appreciate it, and let's continue on the back. Welcome to the interior video of this here Toyota 4Runner. Immediately we do have an infotainment system. Everything works just as it should there, from navigation to your audio. Everything is working perfectly and appropriately. It's a really decent system, and I enjoy it. AC, heat, rear defrog, all your accessories, all those work just as they should. The window on the rear control there works just great. Heated seats do work. It's like 90 degrees out here, and so they get really warm. And that being said, they're gonna work great in the winter. Other than that, glove box closures are great. factory manual in there as well. That's one of my favorite things to see, is carryovers with the factory manual, regardless of how much actual information's in there anymore. Immediately off the bat here, our gauges are clear, nice, reading well. All your menu items are working just fine. And your cruise, lane departure, auto cruise, super cruise, whatever you want to call it, all works great. I don't have any issues with any of your steering wheel controls. As you can see, those are working well. You can see all your mirror controls work great. All your window buttons, lock out buttons work. All your off-road accessories also are functional too, as well as the four-wheel drive. Pardon my finger. And sunroof tilts, opens, closes, does what it's supposed to, and it's not broken or leaking. So that's great. We don't have any stains, spills, smells. Really, this thing is actually pretty clean on the inside. We do have just a little bit of a stain there, as well as a tiny bit of a stain right here. Otherwise, there's no issue other than, again, some of this detail treatment stuff, which is shiny and slimy and just kind of gross and collects dirt. Not my favorite stuff. I really don't know why they continue using it. You do have hardcore weather floor mats, factory, front, back, and rear. Really, no issues whatsoever on the interior of this thing. I will say, however, this is for your aftermarket remote start. As far as your aftermarket remote start, there should be what they call a hood pin disable switch. There is not a hood pin disable switch. You can start this engine with the hood open. In my opinion, that should be corrected. I find it dangerous, and I don't like that. It's cutting corners from an aftermarket company who put that remote start in. I do not endorse or enjoy that at all. That being said, everything is working great in here. The floors look fine. The door panels are great. There's no scuffs. There's no real tears, no damage on any of them. Front, rear, etc. I just almost logged myself out. Good thing the keys are in my pocket. All your rear closures and hatches work just fine. Again, power ports in the back, we're responding. Everything folds, unlocks, opens as it should. Seat belts are great. Again, roof back here in excellent shape. No tears, no anything wrong with the seats. Really solid interior. I do appreciate it. Thanks. All right, and we're gonna get into the rear of this Toyota here. A little quick trunk video. And it does not have an electric assist, but these lift supports are in good shape, doing what they should. The seal integrity is great. No issues with this rear seal at all for that hatch. The window does operate up and down as it should, which I'll show you shortly here. We do have our emergency jack kit here. It is intact, and it's where it's supposed to live, and that's a great thing to know and to have. You never know. Stuff goes sideways. As well as Toyota's Velcro first aid kit. That is actually fully stocked. I'm not going to open it because all the stuff will fall out. Ask me how I know. These power ports back here seem to be working. I did not check that. There's an activation switch on the front of the dash for that. I don't see why it wouldn't work. Again, factory hard rubber floor protector, and underneath, carpet is in great shape. There's really nothing wrong going on back here. And let's show you that window operation here really quick. It is a little heavy to close, but we hold that unlock button down, and down rolls the window. That is working wonderfully. We hold the button up goes the window. All those seals look like they're in great shape. I appreciate it, and we'll see you soon. Welcome to the code scan portion of our inspection here of this 21 Toyota 4Runner. Immediately we have a couple of faults we can see. As far as the main body fault and the smart key fault, they're actually the same quote-unquote fault and seem to be historical codes on those. Typically, these faults that we'll see here are due to disconnecting the battery, so nothing really to worry about there. However, we do have one fault that is slightly troubling to me. It seems to be we have an active vehicle speed sensor, or not active, pending rather, vehicle speed sensor code. However, when I did take it on the test drive, I was not able to witness or see any kind of issue with the signal coming from that sensor. So I don't believe that's an issue at this time. However, worth monitoring. As of right now, it is not active. It is a pending code. And so I don't believe that's much of a concern at this time. However, it's something to keep an eye on. And if you do get any kind of check engine light for this, it's something that needs to be looked into. That being said, in my test drive, the speedometer worked just fine. The cruise control, adaptive cruise control, everything worked fine and is verified by my GPS, so I don't think you really have an issue. Just something to monitor. Alright, other than that, no codes, no checks, no check engine lights. There is one little warning light that comes on the dash for key fob battery life. That's a pretty simple one. Just change the key fob battery, more than likely the issue. Alright, I appreciate it. Thanks. Alright, conclusion video here. Our 21 4Runner TRD. Realistically, this is a purpose-built off-roader. Somebody's done a few little touches to it, and it is in really solid shape, to be honest. Other than that strange hood pin or lack of hood pin safety switch, really, I don't really see any problems with this vehicle. It runs out, drives, everything operates as it should, as far as I could see, test, and verify. Everything is in really good shape. I do believe this is a decent vehicle, and you know, I believe somebody's going to enjoy this. I really appreciate your time, and we'll talk again. Thanks. Bye.